I thought I would maybe record why. How do I start this? Why it is impossible to know yourself in the paradigm of a higher God outside of you, separate from you. As I look back over my soul expansion and soul evolution, the process, I can clearly recognize now how it would have been impossible in my former Christian days and time to take this journey of knowing myself. Because to know yourself, you have to be allowed, you have to have the freedom to go into your shadows without judgment, without the wrath of God looming over your head, right? Without the fear of offending God. Because you can only truly explore and know your shadow side when judgment has been suspended. Because you're going to go in deeply to the feelings of what you truly and authentically feel. And in most cases, as in my case, I found an extremely rebellious Lilith in my shadow self, a Lilith, an aspect of me that had been suppressed by the patriarchy, by the male dominant side of society and religion, a religion of a male God. And so this feminine aspect of me was suppressed, and it turned into the shadow form that is known as Lilith in archetypical language. And Lilith is your rebellion, the rage, the renegade, the nonconformist, the anarchist. All the things that are indeed shunned by society. See, that's why the shadow was created. All of these qualities were shunned and suppressed, and they became like just like wood in the earth. Through compression, they became charcoal, and then they became petrified rock in your lower strata. You have petrified charcoal and rock in your lower strata of your psyche, of your soul, that was trampled on, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down over many lifetimes. And your soul has aggregated this energy, and it sits down in there as the rebellious one, as the Lucifer, as the defiant one. I could almost make a bet and win it to say that every one of you has that in your soul. But because of Christianity, because we have adopted the indoctrination of man is separate from God, a separate being, a separate entity, and that we are subservient to a higher God, we never dare to go inward and meet our rebel. We never dare go in there and feel our rebel, because our rebel is gonna say, F you, God. And I just can't see most Christians going there. So that side of them stays suppressed in the shadows, and because of this shadow, as Christians, we live such a hypocritical life because we put on the mask of pleasing God and pleasing everyone else in the name of God. And that's not authentic. It's embarrassing to say the least. And I don't mean to shame the Christians. I'm just talking from my experience and what I know of the conduct of other Christians. Is because you never dare acknowledge your shadow. You never acknowledge your true self. So you're put on this air, you put on this facade of being an upstanding, moral, God pleasing, people pleasing personality. But that's only the half of you. That is only the conscious part of you, the light side of you. But your shadow is underneath, like I said, petrified rock and charcoal. That's never being explored because you're obligated to please a God outside of you, above you. And oh boy, don't ever dare defy his authority or you're going to be in trouble under the threat of hell, right? It's a psychological complexity that I have become aware of only because I dared to make this journey and have understood so much about myself and other people. And it is my hopes that through my talks here, I will instill some courage for people to explore their own souls, explore the shadow without judgment, without condemnation. You can't do anything wrong. You can't displease God because God is actually your soul, and it would delight God as your soul if you would truly come to know it at every depth, at every level, and become comfortable in your own skin.